The New York City Marathon, Spartan races, a black belt in martial arts. These are all things that are difficult for anyone to achieve, let alone a visually impaired person. Yet today's guest has risen above it all to accomplish these and much, much more. The Humanities Mass Communications Department at Norwalk Community College presents Person to Person, the show that introduces you to some of Connecticut's most interesting people. And now, your host, DiNucci.
Imagine losing your eyesight one day at a time. Imagine you are unable to participate in sports, drive a car, or even walk without assistance, yet you still have the energy and drive to accomplish amazing things. Would you give up on the things you love, or would you rise to the challenge and forge a legacy that you can be proud of? Today's guest is a man who has accomplished some amazing feats over the past few years. He has run in a number of Spartan races, he has competed in the New York City Marathon, and in 2016, he went through a grueling test to earn a black belt in martial arts. He has even played softball at Citi Field, the home of the New York Mets. The catch? He's legally blind. Michael Tubiak has retinitis pigmentosa. This disease has been affecting his eyesight since he was young. However, it hasn't slowed him down one bit. Today, Michael will tell us about his disease, what he's accomplished, and how you can help. I'd like to welcome Michael Tubiak to the program. How's it going, Mike?
How's it going?
Glad to have you.
Yeah.
So, could you tell us about retinitis pigmentosa?
Oh yes, RP, as we just say for short.
Okay.
Basically, the cells in your eyes are dying very slowly, like someone's taking a dimmer switch and just individually just turning it down. So the point where every day you can't really tell. You might be losing a little bit, but you're really not noticing it. And in my form, it's basically I'm losing night vision first, and then you lose your peripheral vision. There's another form called I think it's atypical RP, where it's reversed, where you lose your central vision and you keep your peripheral. Some people are worse. The conditions vary. Okay. So it could be very fast moving. You can lose much faster, or it could be take time. Like mine seems to be much more slower, so I might have a little more vision than like my mother.
Well, that's positive. Obviously, this is serious. How does it affect your day-to-day life?
In the beginning, I don't really notice. I just had a lot of trouble like at night. I never really. My daytime vision was always fine. I drove and all that stuff. So from my teens to my 20s, it was okay. And then once I got to about my late teens, I noticed I'm missing handshakes. I'm missing people waving hi, so people think I'm a jerk. And I'm not.
No, definitely not. I can already tell.
So that's awful. You're like, I didn't mean not to say hi to you. Yeah. Then it got to be, my son was born, and that's where I noticed the biggest thing. I got into my 30s, and I noticed I can't see my entire son all in one shot. And this is during the day, so I realized this isn't it. Now I know I have more of an issue, but so now in terms of my everyday stuff right now, if you see me at home, it's easy. You would think you wouldn't realize I'm visually impaired because it's like a map. Everything's clearly marked out. I know where the living room furniture is. I know where this is. I know where that is. As long as everything stays where it is at my place, I'm good.
Okay.
But if you were to then say take a chair and put the chair somewhere where I'm not used to, I walk into that chair every time.
I gotcha.
No matter how many times I know that chair is there.
All right.
So that's everyday stuff. That's the normal stuff I have to really work on. Or I have to bring my cane with me a lot of times because I realize that if I'm in a public place and I don't have it, especially if I'm going to a bar, I look like a drunk. So
you might be able to get away with it over there.
Yeah. I understand why someone might think that because it's setting. So, but after that happened, I carry this more often now.
I hear you. So it obviously comes with its limitations. Is there anything that you're no longer able to do?
I wouldn't say no longer able to do. I say more, it's not safe for me to do. It's the same reason I left my job. It wasn't because I couldn't do my job. I was a graphic designer and graphic artist, and I could still technically, with modifications to my computer, could still do my job. But it wasn't safe for me to walk around the office because a lot of people didn't know my condition. So I having to actually, just walking around aisles and things like that, people might leave stuff on the floor and I might trip on it, and I can go slam my head right into, to a cabinet, which has actually almost happened to me at work. So I can't do it anymore. It's like riding a bike. I can still ride a bike by myself, but it would not be safe for me. So I do a tandem bike. Could I drive a car? I could probably still drive a car, but it probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to do. Because I mean, yes, as long as everyone follows the rules of the road, I probably could do it.
Yeah.
But I stopped driving for that reason, because I didn't want to get to that point where I was going to cause an accident or kill somebody.
Yeah, and you can't predict what other people are going to do.
No, I can't control other people. I can control myself. I can't control other people. So yeah, those are things I can't do. I don't really, like I said, I don't do my normal job anymore. Now I'm on disability. That's changed a lot of where I was going at that time. So bike, things like that. But yeah, those are the only things I can say I can't do. But you still do them, it's just not safe.
Yeah. So it's obvious that you can still get a lot done. What are some of the goals that you've accomplished in the past few years?
I go back around since 2014. I've done the New York City Marathon twice, actually. I did 2014, 2016, and I'm running again this year. I've done the Hartford Marathon. I did it last year. I got what is known as a trifecta in the Spartan community. Those are the Spartan races, they're obstacle course races, where based on if it's a sprint, a super, or a beast, they get harder the higher you go. More mileage, more obstacles and stuff like that. But if you do 3 of them, a sprint, a super, and a beast, all in one calendar year, you get a trifecta.
Okay.
So you get this little trifecta. You just got these little puzzle pieces, and you get a piece for each race you do, and it locks up and it forms the Trojans, the Spartan logo.
Yeah, I mean those things are hard enough by themselves. So to do all 3 of them.
Yeah, and that's cool. I love doing that kind of stuff. It's very challenging, because I mean, obviously, because the visual impairment, so it's definitely much harder for me versus somebody else who has their full vision. So I like the challenge. So
yeah, just makes it that much more of a feat.
Definitely, and I obviously can't forget my my black belt that took me about 7 years to get because of life happening. And
I didn't forget about it. I've been thinking about it since you sat down. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm a registered weapon.
Okay, well, I'm fast too, so I just run. So what are some of the goals that you still have ahead of you?
I'd still, like I said, I'd like to do more Spartans. I'd like to actually get a triple trifecta, which would be 3 supers, 3 sprints, 3 beast races, all in the same calendar year.
Has that been done before?
Yeah, there's people, they're crazy.
Okay.
There are guys I think got a 32 time.
Okay.
That's all they do all year.
All right, so you don't mind letting people know that you're crazy. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I got you. Yeah,
that's it.
All right.
I'd like to do, my ultimate goal is by the time I'm 40 to do 10 marathons. Okay. I'd like to do the Boston Marathon. I'm still working on getting certified as a personal trainer, so I'd like to also complete that.
Great.
Those are a few of my goals that I haven't achieved yet, but I want much more athletic stuff.
So I feel like it's got to be a little bit tougher for you to train. How do you train to achieve these goals?
Due to my condition, it's much tougher to get out, do outside stuff like running and stuff by myself, unless it's in an area where I'm really aware of where the curbs and cracks in the road are and things like that, or anything I'm going to run into. So I tend to live my life on a treadmill. As you see in the video, I can train at my 7-star martial arts in Antonia. I do that, and that's where I do my karate. Or there's my treadmill. I do a lot of that workouts, and I do beach body workouts. That's what really got me really going.
All right.
Pull-ups, and I have a whole office that has the old. Our school moved, and I got the floor, some of the foam padding and stuff, and
okay, cool.
So that's down in my office, and I do a lot of my training just at home, or outside. I do jump rope, and I use my steps as a box jump. And just different. I just modify what I have to do. Or like I said, I do have friends. I have an organization that I'm part of, Achilles, that provides me with guides. Okay. So I have training people that I can contact, and if I want to go out for a run and we can meet, they can come pick me up, and we'll go out and go for a run.
All right, cool.
So I mean,
so you still get to get that experience and stuff.
It's a little more difficult than, hey, I'm sure you want my car, go to the gym. I do go to the YMCA in my town, and I'm comfortable enough now to walk with my cane and go down and walk by myself. So I'll go and I take spin class. One of my best friends, his sister runs the class. She picks me up on usually Mondays and Wednesdays, and I go take that for an hour. So yeah, just find different.
So going somewhere with like these guides and stuff like that, once you like figured out your way around stuff, it kind of opens up the doors where you can go in by yourself sometimes and stuff. Okay.
Once I know, yeah, like I mean, I don't look that bad until you put me somewhere I've never been.
Okay.
Like here.
I hear you.
So,
yeah.
you know, that's when you realize, okay, that guy has a problem when you put me in those areas. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you told me about your son Evan. Has he been affected by this disease?
Not yet. He's going to be turning 6 in May, and I keep an eye on him, and they'll keep an eye on him and stuff like that. But like I didn't get diagnosed till I was 14, and that's when I really started noticing. I'm running into things at night. I can't, this is a problem, and my mom has the same disease, so I automatically knew, what to look out for.
Okay.
So I think it's the same thing. I'll just, we'll just keep an eye on him, and I'll continue to do what I'm doing. This way he knows if that day does come, that he knows that, hey, Dad was fine.
Yeah.
Grandma was fine.
Clearly,
I looked at when I got diagnosed, my mom was crying. I wasn't. I was like, Mom, you did fine.
Yeah.
So I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I go through it too. Yeah, that's great. Well, you've handled it very well, man. Are there any treatments available?
Right now, there's a lot of things going on. They do gene therapy is one thing they're looking into. They do they do something where they take your own stem cells.
Okay.
They're doing something like that. They also have glasses. Like they have things that not so much a cure or a way to handle it, but there's just it just works with what you have. It's almost like VR. Like the glasses, they have a screen inside, and which I always thought might work or might not work. I'm not sure, but because I do see better if I look through my cell phone camera than I do if I'm actually looking with my own eyes sometimes.
Really?
Like if I look down at the ground, I might not see certain details, but if I take my phone and just look through with my phone and use that, I actually see things better.
I see.
But
it's almost like condensing down what you're seeing into a smaller space so that it fits.
Yeah, sometimes, Like I see better from far away sometimes. If I see something down further, I actually see it. But once it starts getting closer and closer, now there's patches that I'm missing.
Okay.
Right now I'm working on going to Germany, because in Germany is very advanced in that field, and they offer it's like an electric therapy. It's 10 sessions over a 12-period days, where I think it's like 45-minute sessions, and they just stimulate, basically almost like turning back on those light bulbs that shut off.
Those signals and stuff?
Get those things turned back on, and they've seen that you can get some of your visual field returned, or at least stabilize maybe my condition.
Okay.
So that's what I'm currently working on, raising money for that to get me over there.
All right, that's very promising. So if someone wanted to donate to your cause, how can they help?
I do have a GoFundMe set up. The link's right there, there on the screen. And I'm almost there, pretty close. Right now, just a matter of, my wife just started a new job, so vacation time. But she's with work on vacation time and all that stuff, so I gotta wait to probably 2019. We'll probably go in the summer.
Okay.
Of 2019, because my son will be off from school, and this way we don't have to worry about taking, because it's 2 weeks that I'll be in Germany. So, but that's what's going on right now. But yeah, if people want to donate, that's where pretty much where I got it going, the GoFundMe.
All right. Well, excellent. I'm sure people will want to contribute.
I hope so. That'd be great. I hope
today we had an opportunity to hear from someone who has a disability, yet refuses to let the disability define him. He has accomplished absolutely amazing things and seems to be unstoppable as he lines up more and more goals every day. I would like to thank today's guest, Michael Tubiak, for joining us today. Michael,
thanks for having me.
Much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
We hope you enjoyed meeting Michael, and we hope you will continue to join us for future shows as we meet interesting people from our community. And thank you for joining us, and have a great day.
This has been Person to Person with your host, Marcus DiNucci. Directed by Drew Koscelek. Person to Person is a Norwalk Community College student production.